Coffee is one of the major agricultural export crops and source of foreign currency for quite a number of developing countries. Global demand for coffee is known to be very high. The economy of many African and Latin American coffee-producing countries have benefited from their supply of coffee to the world market. Ethiopia is one of these countries distinguished for its high coffee production and for being home of coffee arabica. Arabica coffee produced in Ethiopia is known for its high production and best aroma. Regardless of its economic importance, coffee tree has significant contribution for maintaining the agroecology. The very nature of the plant demeaning other trees for shelter will trigger the expansion of forests. First harvest of coffee beans is obtained after 3 years of planting and is collected once in a year. Before it reaches to the mouth of the consumers passing different stages of processing is a must. Dry and wet methods are the two types of coffee processing. Each of them have distinguished processes. To reap the economic benefit of coffee in a sustainable way, the need for deploying modern processing plants and supplying quality coffee is very indispensable. To this end, a substantial number of pulpery and hulleries were established in coffee-producing areas of the country. However, disposing of coffee pulp into the nearby rivers and water bodies is found to be one of the major pollution problems in coffee-producing areas. Waterborne animal and human diseases have become prevalent in these areas. A survey on the magnitude of the problem has been conducted and documented. Governmental and non-governmental organizations have been exerting efforts to find solutions for coffee pulp pollution of the rivers and other water bodies. Depending solely on control measures would not be a sustainable solution, as coffee production is known to continue. Taking into account the principle that waste is a resource, experts in the field have come up with an innovative idea of recycling of coffee pulp. It has been found out that by mixing coffee pulp with other plant residues, animal wastes, ash, and soil, it is possible to prepare a natural fertilizer known as compost. Center for Human Environment, or CHE, is a local NGO recognized for its remarkable efforts in this area. CHE is engaged in demonstrating practical natural resources and management interventions. The coffee pulp recycling project is implemented in 8 selected qabeles of Wonago and dilla woredas of southern nations and nationalities and peoples region. The project has been implemented with the fund secured from the Swedish International Development Agency, or SIDA, via Sustainable Land Use Forum, or SLUF. The project is located 365 kilometers away from Addis Ababa, covering an area of 279.3 square kilometers. Total project area population is estimated to be 425,202, of which 216,104 are women and 209,058 are men, living at high density of about 1,522 persons per square kilometer. Wonago Woreda is one of the coffee-producing areas of Ethiopia, known for its marvelous agroforestry practiced by generations. With terrain and rugged topography, The area has predominantly Wonago or temperate type of climate. Since coffee is produced widely in the area, the number of coffee hallery establishments is also very high. As wet method of coffee processing demands high volume of water, the halleries in the area are established near rivers. To protect pollution of the river water, an intensive effort is underway to demonstrate and utilize the coffee pulp for compost preparation. The very objective of the project is to combat water pollution and other environmental problems through environmentally friendly process, that is, by recycling coffee pulp. A training on compost preparation was also given to the staff of the Woreda Agricultural and Rural Development Office, school environmental clubs, farmers, youths, and women. The objective of the capacity building training was to bring sustainable management of natural resource and hence improve agricultural productivity in the area. The training was also envisaged to reduce deforestation for the purpose of expanding agricultural land. Often farmers are applying manure on their farmland. Compared with urea and DAP, coffee pulp compost also doesn't have a residual effect and served for more than one cropping season. Applying commercial fertilizer is also not economical. One has to apply commercial fertilizer every year. However, if the land gets compost, it can give good yield for subsequent years. Compost prepared from coffee pulp is not only used for coffee, but also for field crops, insect, vegetables, and fruits. There were about 25 private and cooperative coffee hulling machines in the project area. Most of them have been established along the Gedeo River and its tributaries. They have been disposing the pulp and mucilage to the river that is predominantly used for human and animal consumption. The coffee hulling machine owners are well aware that waste disposal into the river causes serious health problems. A large space is needed for storage. However, they don't have sufficient space for it. Especially, they don't have space for coffee pulp that is very voluminous in nature. Hence, some of the hulleries dump the acidic mucilage into the rivers. Control is there to protect the environmental pollution. Ato Tasfayet Ugo is the chairperson of Dama Service Cooperative. He explains the situation before and after training was given to.
Nobody is paying attention to the coffee pulp before the training. It was piled having no use. Now it is highly demanded. Before the rainy season starts in April, we will transport and deliver it to our members. There is a long list of farmers waiting for the coffee pulp. We have protected the river from pollution by providing coffee pulp to our members.
Before the project came into being, disease prevalence in the area was very high. Dr. Tafarra Wagdarras, Executive Director of CHEE, recalls the situation.
We have been working in the area before this project was launched. We have been able to observe that an attractive price for washed coffee has resulted in the establishment of more coffee hulleries. The magnitude of river pollution has increased alarmingly. A study conducted on the water sample has revealed that the incidence of human and animal diseases was very disturbing.
The large amount of coffee produced in the area needs to be washed very carefully. Compared with other countries, the volume of water used for coffee washing is very high. The volume of polluted water also increases when the amount of water used for washing is higher. This will aggravate the incidence of health problems and water pollution. There are various problems emanating from water pollution. Dr. Tafarra explains the situation.
During the study phase, data have been collected from both human health posts and animal veterinary clinics. After the pulperies went operational, the people in the area have been suffering from skin, stomach, and other diseases. The Woreda Health Office has documented well the incidence of the disease that was witnessed by the farmers.
The Wereda agricultural staff is giving training to the surrounding farmers on the use of the coffee pulp. On the other hand, hulling industries are providing the coffee pulp to the farmers. Since the coffee pulp is very heavy, a cart or transporting vehicle is needed to bring it to the farmers. Otherwise, it would be piled at central location of the villages to be easily taken by the farmers to their fields. After transporting the pulp to their own farmland, farmers prepare the compost in a fascinating way. Natural fertilizer is prepared in two ways, above the ground and below the ground in a pit. Almost same kinds of inputs are used for both types of compost preparation. Coffee pulp accounts for the lion's share of input in both types of composts. The first layer in the compost preparation is a tiny spread of selected soil. Then small amount of water will be sprinkled. Next, the coffee pulp is added, properly leveling it and sprinkling water. Then manure will be added, and again a small amount of water is sprinkled on it. Crop residues will be at the top, and again water will be sprinkled. Then it is covered with soil. Coffee pulp, ash, manure will be piled. Next, water is added to protect it from drying. Sprinkling a small amount of water continues at each layering. If it is very wet, more time will take to have the compost. For above-ground type of compost preparation, depending on the climate, the underground type should be regularly mixed up. In most cases, it should be transferred to another pit after 45 days. It was found out that farmers prefer the above-ground type. The underground type is laborious and very tiresome. Preparation of compost should take place under shade. This is to protect it from direct sun. Leaves were also put on top of it. During the rainy season, water diversion should be constructed to protect water from flowing into the pit. In some tradition, a bamboo is erected at the center of the pile. After 3 months, the bamboo will be removed and smelled. If it smells like soil, the compost is considered to have the required compost quality. On average, it takes 2 to 5 months for the compost to be ready for use. It takes 2 months when the climate is hot, and it may extend to 5 months if the climate is cold. Farmers in project area are using easily available local resources for preparing compost. Ato Kabede Beriso is the inhabitant of Tijuk Abele. He has the following to say concerning the preparation of compost in the area.
Coffee pulp is the first layer to be put in the soil. Ash, manure, soil and coffee are layered subsequently. Having as many as 4 or 5 layers is possible depending on the availability of raw materials.
Farmers applying compost on inset in coffee field have significantly benefited from increased yield and income. Ato Demmek Atadesa is a beneficiary farmer.
I have land which is about 3,000 square meters. The yield I used to get was not more than 50 to 80 kilograms. After the use of coffee pulp as compost, I am getting 80 to 100 kilograms of coffee from 150 square meters of land. At one time, I even got 180 kilograms.
The life of farmers engaged in compost preparation has changed significantly. Although the area is known for its high coffee potential, farmers are also applying compost to inset, fruits, and vegetables. Ato Alamayo Goshu is a hard-working farmer. He lives in Tumata Charato Kabele of Wonago, Warada. He was awarded in 2007 for he is one of the most productive farmers in the country. He is benefiting a lot from his mixed farming venture.
My net income from the coffee has increased. If I get 600 kilograms of clean coffee, and if the price of a kilo is 10 birr, then my income will be 6,000 birr. From sales of haricot bean, insect, milk, and forest products, I'm getting about 10,000 birr per year.
Farmers are participating in several discussions held on sustainable land use and natural resource management. Indigenous agroforestry practice is very common and it is practiced on every plot of farmland. Although manure and crop residue is used traditionally, it doesn't bring high yield increment compared with compost. To effectively utilize the advantages of compost, farmers share experiences and learn from each other. They are also actively participating in the training provided by the Woreda agricultural staff. They have witnessed and become beneficiaries of increased yield by using newly introduced natural fertilizer.
My income has increased and my life has significantly improved after the introduction of the compost to the area. Using the compost, I am growing various vegetables and I sell what I produce in Dilla town. Sometimes I get about 120 birr from the sale of vegetables in a single day. My life has changed for the better.
Training that focused on natural resources management was given to the staff of local administration, agricultural experts, youths, students, and women. The project has given training on compost preparation and natural resource management for about 1,000 farmers. Farmers have made a practical exercise and shared their knowledge to their neighborhoods. Women have actively engaged in vegetable production and sales of fuel wood saving stoves. Apart from relieving women from heavy workload, production of fuel wood saving stove has vital contribution in reducing the rate of deforestation. It also reduces the health problem caused by open fire. Youths are also actively engaged in natural resource management activities. They are members of the 8 Kabele's school environment clubs. They have participated in the trainings and promoted the idea of compost to farmers and colleagues. Enya Mangistu is a member of one of the school environmental clubs.
The school environmental clubs have accomplished a lot of tasks. Tree planting, vegetable production with compost, and constructing water harvesting structure are few to mention.
The role played by members of the school environmental clubs is transferring the skill and knowledge is very much commendable.
Sensitization is one of the activities the school environmental clubs have embarked upon. This is conducted on weekends when the students are free. We also raise awareness of the students using the school mini media.
Development cannot be achieved with an individual effort. It requires a collective endeavor and action. CHE is performing project activities in collaboration with SLUF, beneficiary community, Kabeles, Warada and zonal agricultural offices. It was recognized that the local level sector offices will handle project activities after termination. How SLUF introduced compost preparation will continue to be practiced in the future. Reciycling is project coordinator of SLUF project. She has a reply on the sustainability of project undertaking.
The project is not working alone. Government offices are working with the project. The project plan is mainstreamed and has become part of the woreda administration plans. So the project will surely continue.
Dr. Tafarrao Gderras is the director of SLUF. He says there are some indications that show the sustainability of the project.
The Woreda Agricultural Office has considered the project activities as its own. They are preparing a plan. This is the achievement of the project. On the other hand, raising the awareness of the people on the issues has been significantly enhanced. They have started urging galleries of other areas to dump their pulp here. They have realized the benefit. To me, this is one of the things that indicates the sustainability of the project.
Ato Kabbada Gameda is coordinator of Gedeo Zone, Agricultural and Rural Development Office. He has also positive statements on the sustainability of the project.
The price of commercial fertilizer that is skyrocketing on one hand and tangible results of the natural fertilizer on the other hand have motivated farmers to use compost. Increased yield and income have been witnessed.
There are a lot of challenges in using compost as a fertilizer. The process of compost preparation involves very strong and bad smell. Transporting coffee pulp to the central village locations in farmers' field is not an easy task. The other potential problem would be that demand for coffee pulp would outstrip the supply if farmers' need for compost continues. The increasing number of people using coffee pulp for tea will also compete its availability for compost. If coffee pulp is used for biogas production, then hulling machine owners will sell the coffee pulp. However, there is a common understanding that farmers have to have access to the coffee pulp.
I'll be very much pleased if the coffee pulp is available to all farmers. I have a great appreciation for the project for bringing compost to the attention of farmers. The number of beneficiary farmers has to increase to ensure its sustainability.
The aforementioned endeavor of SLUF depicts that it's possible to protect pollution of the natural resource and the environment through recycling of waste. The effort has greatly contributed to improved soil fertility and increased food and export crops production. The intervention has helped beneficiary farmers to fetch good price and lead a better life. The problem of coffee pulp pollution is very prevalent in many parts of Ethiopia, where wet method of coffee processing is practiced. Thus, scaling up and promoting the effort to other coffee producing areas is very important.